Now, I'm not convinced by the drilling agenda of President Trump, but I have multiple valid reasons as to why I support him for the tough decisions that he has taken to tackle with the issues of illegal immigrants. I also admire Mr. Tom Homan for the commitment he has for his work. After Osama bin Laden was killed in Operation Neptune Spear, America developed a James Bond image of itself and convinced the world that their borders are the strongest. But because of a lot of internal politics, they opened the doors for illegal immigrants. The consequences were worse. Legal residents suffered. There was a tremendous increase in the crime rate. Americans were frustrated, and they simply wanted to get rid of illegal immigrants from their country. And that is the reason why they elected Mr. Trump as their president. Looking at the current scenario, I thought of initiating with this non-violent movement now because I know that violent protest and lack of clarity can lead to multiple disasters. With the kind of sophisticated weapons which are used for mass destruction, it seems that our leaders are almost waiting to press that red button which we all are scared of. None of us want the dark history to repeat. It was only because of the decisions taken by President Trump. A lot of filth in the criminal world, which was hidden behind the bushes, is now clearly visible. Moreover, President Trump helped many to overcome their communal delulu. Let me tell you, Europe is struggling with the same challenges which the authorities are facing in India. I have noticed that the general public, especially the youngsters, they cannot identify the criminals who come as investors or tourists from overseas to our country. Now, this is for our media who feels that being loud makes everything right. It's a false narrative spread that President Trump weaponized visa. The ICE, that is the Immigration and Custom Enforcement officers, they treated the legal residents with dignity. They understood the emotional and mental crisis the sincere students were going through. They tolerated the drama of the criminals. And something which I personally admired the most is that they got hold of the child predators and those who cheated the senior citizens. And in such sensitive cases, the officers did their duty without being biased to any community or nationality. I guess this is the reason why people like America. Sadly, in such matters, our Asian countries are not that decisive enough. So the other day, I came across a prayer by indigenous people. It was for the white men. There was a line which read, I fear they will someday destroy themselves and their children. Here, they is used for the white men. Now, don't see this as a dialogue from a movie, but white is indeed a very confusing color. So, in this context, for me, it didn't mean the color of the skin, but a certain kind of tendency which the weak spirited people have. At first, this line from the prayer, it felt like a prophecy to me because Canada was becoming a zombie land. UK was burning. The authorities were not ready to address the grievances of their own people, especially related to the topic of asylum. US allowed the grooming gangs to enter their country. The students were full of rage, and the vaccines killed millions of people around the world. So there was a lot of negativity which was clearly visible. But then I took a pause and thought of all those teachers, doctors, philosophers, artists, and leaders who I admire from your land. And it changed my entire perspective. Let me tell you, I have a lot of gratitude in my heart for the institutions and the council. I have learned a lot from them. And it is only because of y'all I came across such wonderful students in my life. But My videos, they encapsulates why I wish to distance myself from this field. The students and the immigrants were not supposed to die such a miserable death. My body and my spirit is not allowing me to be a part of it anymore. So, this is a time for spring, and spring signifies new awakenings. Just the other day, the world celebrated Easter Sunday. We all are witnessing that certain things have really come to the edge. And looking at the current situation, I finally decided to post all my videos on social media. So now I can simply appeal to the parents and the families of the soldiers who have lost their loved ones in such mass shootings and wars to be a part of this nonviolent movement. Just to let you know that this movement is an individual initiative. And if someone approaches you saying that they are associated with me or demands favors in any form, please do not believe them. I am aware of the kinds of frauds which are happening in overseas and India. Friends, I do not know how many languages are spoken in the world. The other day I read an article which said that India is a multilingual nation and it has almost 1369 languages or so which are spoken. But this movement does not believe in any language barrier. So it is all up to you. It is simply to honor an individual's voice. Thank you.